Before we begin, I wanted to just share a little story I heard this weekend. I attended a conference with my son and some friends of his this weekend, and one of the speakers was telling about some people that came to the States. They're from back, I think Illinois, I believe, but they came for some kind of a thing, and they were German Lutherans from a little village, and the guy was a pastor of a very small church, and he came to visit. And so the guy that put them up in his house, he asked them on Sunday morning, where do you want to go to church? He said, I'll give them an opportunity to choose. And they named this church that was this huge church, and sort of known as sort of a seeker-sensitive kind of a church. And the guy says, but we have never been to a mega church. We want to see and worship in an American mega church. So he's thinking, oh great, okay. So they drive over there, they get there early, they go sit at the front of the church, and he says, we're sitting here in this huge mega church, and I'm looking at the stage, and there's just this wall of amplifiers and these huge screens. And he's thinking, wow, is my friend in for a surprise? He's from a little Lutheran church in Germany. We're probably about the size of our church. And he says, as I expected, my heart's beating to the drums. It's so loud. The music's so loud, and I'm thinking, wow, what kind of effect is this going to have on this poor guy? And the last song we sang reminded me of it, because he said they closed with how great is our God. And he says, I finally got the nerve to look over. He says this Lutheran pastor just had his hands up with tears streaming down his face, worshiping God. And he said afterwards, he just put his hands on his shoulder and said, thank you, I needed that. And it just reminded me, not everybody does the things the same way, but we're created to worship God. Fundamentally, that's what we do. Our whole time is. Now I'm glad our worship team doesn't have a wall of amplifiers